Sure. Nikki?
Yes, hi, Mark, thanks. So we have reporters on the ground trying to filming the reactions, but they were encountered with the crowds shouting, "They are Americans, don't talk to them, don't listen to them." So with such high anti-American sentiment in Turkey, are you concerned of the U.S. Turkey cooperation in the aftermath?
I don't think so, Nike. And I'd also be wary of and I recognize that your reporters on the ground are reporting what they're seeing and what they're hearing. But I don't know how pervasive that sentiment is. As I said to Leslie just now, we've been, we couldn't have been clearer and quicker in our response of support for the democratically elected Turkish government. And let's be very clear and mindful of that fact, that there is absolutely no rationale, no justification for the actions that were taken against that democratically elected government last Friday evening. And so we've been very clear where we stand on this issue. We have offered our support for the Turkish government. We have, again, been very clear in condemning the actions of the military or those factions within the military that tried to carry out this attempted overthrow of a legitimately elected government. There's never any justification for that. So are we concerned about anti-American sentiments among the Turkish people? I would hope that the Turkish people recognize that the United States stands with, again, the democratically elected government of Turkey, but also with the Turkish people and their aspirations for a strong democracy. And we've been very clear about that. We've been very clear, as I said, even prior to this, when we see efforts or moves on the part of even the Turkish government that we believe restricts that democratic space, we express those concerns because we feel, and this is also important, that we have the kind of relationship with Turkey that we can share those concerns with them. They are a NATO ally, a long-term ally, or a long-time ally of the United States. And we have an honest and candid relationship. And we have areas, and we've seen this, frankly, in terms of going after Daesh, where we disagree a little bit on some of the ways and modalities that we go about that. That's part of any relationship. So we're not always going to agree on everything with the Turkish government. But in a moment like this, we stand strongly and firmly with them.
Are you calling
Please.
for the restraint from the rhetorics from Erdogan's government? Because over the weekends, we seen and we heard some of the rhetorics quite accusing.
Well, again, I would think that, and again, bearing in mind that in the aftermath of a tumultuous event like Friday, it's not unexpected that you're going to hear fiery rhetoric, impassioned rhetoric, and not just from the political leadership, but on all sides. I think my response to that would be, we always need to be mindful of that. And like we would in many situations around the world, even in our own country, we would caution against rhetoric that escalates tensions and rather support de-escalation.
One final
Please.
question, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
So are you concerned about the military cooperation in the aftermath? Because some of the personnel leave off base. And then are you worried about the military cooperation?
Sure. I mean, I'd refer you to our colleagues over at Department of Defense to speak specifically to the status of Incirlik and our use of that air base. But broadly speaking, no. I mean, we're not concerned about our ongoing cooperation with Turkish security forces, Turkish military, especially within the anti-Daesh or anti-ISIL coalition. And we've been very clear about expressing our commitment to keeping the pressure up on those airstrikes that we're carrying out against Daesh in northern Syria especially, but also in Iraq. We're not going to let up, and we're going to try to seek to continue those operations as much as we can, given the fact that, again, that events on the ground, especially over the weekend, led to some, at least temporary disruption of those activities.